Good morning, classroom. My name is Natalie Restrepo, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about police corruption. Many of us have seen it throughout the years, people getting arrested for all the wrong reasons, or people who've gone to jail and experienced that the wrong people are in prison. Even from an early age, I've been seeing it. I've seen from 15-year-olds being Bakerized for no reason, literally arrests just because they were black and them telling us to our face. I've seen police brutality. There's two different types of corruption. There's the drug trafficking and there's the brutality. Brutality is obviously when they take advantage and they abuse of you. We all remember the Romney King scandal. I have here a picture of Romney King. That was a big scandal. But the thing is that there's more to that. Police corruption is taboo, and we silence it, and by silencing it, we empower them and give them more power. Our ignorance and silence just continues their power. We have accepted the abuse and corruption. The more power, the more corruption. If we give people more power and more power and more power, the more they'll take advantage of us. Us humans, we are greedy. I mean, it's the way it is. The most common thing that we know, not as much in the United States, but in other countries, is bribe. I can give an example. When I was younger and I first started going to Colombia as a teenager, I noticed that police officers didn't have as much power as they did here in the United States. Police officers are kind of made fun of over there. And let's say you're smoking weed or drinking underage, and a police officer approaches you. I mean, it's not a big deal. Like, no one would freak out how they do here. Oh, cops. It was not a big deal. A cop approaches you, you give him $5, and he leaves. Race. Out of 114 police stops, 96 of them, the stops were black and Latino. 40% of the stops were unconstitutional, and only 20% were white. That's crazy. Only 20% were white, and only 40% were constitutional. It's crazy. I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple cases that there's been over the years that have, made a difference, but there's a lot of cases out there that haven't been put out into the light, because a lot of times when police officers get, into a court case or something, they have so much power at this point that they're able to get rid of the evidence. They're able to get rid of whatever the opponent has, They can frame them easily. Literally, police officers seems to always win. But if we the people have more power, if we all stick together. But that's going to take 9 police officers were charged with protecting and storage of 130 kilos of coke in exchange and protection for $97 million. That's another story. In 1998, there was a huge scandal called the Rampart scandal. In March, in 1988, they they found 106 kilos were missing in the police storage room, and the evidence rooms. Turns out that an Officer Perez, had stolen it, replacing it with cake batter. That was a really big deal, which it should be. It was all over the news, everything, proving that Rafael shot an innocent man in 1986, planting a gun on him to frame for him attacking an officer. The man was sentenced to 23 years, later released. Later confessed to another framing man. He bled to death in an ambulance, so he delayed the ambulance so the man would die, making false arrests and many more cases he admitted to later on. Overall, there are some good cops, and unfortunately, in the inner city, we have more bad cops than good cops. And, we just need to make sure that everything that we do witness with cops, we report it. You know, if there's no justice, there's no peace. And we just all need to stick together, especially in Miami. We all will witness it at least once in our lives. Before I leave, I'm going to show you guys a couple of pictures. This is it's a man hitting a child. It says no bad cops. It says you have the right to remain black and blue. No justice and peace. That's Rodney King. It says if you want some of this, go ahead, report me. We'll see who's in front of your steps. I'm gonna kick your ass and get away with it. Yep, I think I've heard that before. Alrighty. Thank you, Terry.